and being in the industry for so long, it's, I know that I'm not going to be able to capture all your whole life in this interview. I'm not even going to try that, but I do want to sort of try to capture maybe some key moments. Like, is there any projects that stood out? The first big one you got, or some hard negotiating that like won a contract, or you were in front of a
Yeah.
group of executives, getting bombarded with questions. Are there
Yeah.
any sort of things that just sort of stand out to you?
Yeah, well, the Western Mining one was our first big contract, and we did the tender and the preliminary drawings, and because of a lot of the parts had to come from Sweden, like the belts and a few other items, we said to the guy at Western Mining, to proceed, we need an answer by 5 o'clock tonight. So about 5 to 5, the phone rings, and it says it's so-and-so from Western Mining, will you accept a verbal purchase order? Of course, we said, yeah, we were jumping up and down in excitement. And then so we ordered all the overseas parts and some interstate. Then it went quiet. We didn't hear anything. So I got on to the engineer at the time, Dennis, and said, what's going on? He said, oh, we want to cancel the order. I said, you can't cancel it. I said, we've ordered all these parts, there'll be cancellation charges because some of them are on the water ready because of the delivery time. So they said, yeah, not a problem. So then they said, oh, we want, instead of conveyors, we want bucket elevators. So we tender the bucket elevators and then we get the order from that. So what came then was we did a few more things on the project. So that was our first real big project. And sometime later, I went to a meeting in Lycopodium for a large overseas job. And me and my partner at the time, John, we get our things and go to the meeting, and there's about 10 people sat around the table, engineers and procurement people, and we looked at each other and thought, oh, this is going to be a bit brutal. So we sit down and all the engineers look at us, and one of them said, oh, what about the screen panels? I said, oh, yeah, we only use one certain brand, elastomers, and showed him their brochure, and he said, oh, yeah, that's not a problem. So then all the engineers stood up and just left the 3 commercial guys. And it said, we like your tender, but we need a 10% discount. So I looked at John and I said, well, we'll have to get back to you on that. I said, we went in at a realistic price, and but we'll have to get back to you. So we went away, crunched the numbers, and we said, oh, well, we can only give you 3%, So they said, okay then, and then they wrote the order out. So it's very rare that I've had really intense negotiations, because what we pride ourselves on is, as we go through the journey for the project, normally you get tenders for a pre-feasibility study, so the procurement house can go to the client and say, this is realistically how much it's going to cost. So then the client goes away, discusses it, and then they come back And the next stage is an actual feasibility study, which you have to do again, make sure that no parameters have changed, or then we look at it, and if it's no changes, we go back with the same price that we used, unless there's things out of control with raw materials or something like that.